Okay, I look like a hot mess. Look at how long my hair is getting. I'm telling you, pretty soon I'm going to be cutting it myself. And then I got an old favorite flannel shirt on. But today is Wednesday, April 29th. Only one more day left in this month. In a way, the month went by fast, but in a way, the month went by slow. We don't have any birthdays today or anniversaries that anybody told me about, or my phone didn't carry it over from last year, so I don't have anyone to sing to. And it's the end of the day, because look what time it is. Jim and I never got to walk because it's been raining off and on all day. So we never got our walk in. But I was determined. I set a goal today to make today a little bit different than yesterday. And it really was. I was a little bit different. I played games on my phone, read on my, Google News, and read all my little articles and stuff. Like I like to keep track of the news with that. And then I got up and you saw I ate some vegetables today. I ate a lot of vegetables today. And I've been in the bathroom a lot. So I think it's because of the vegetables. And then I'm trying to teach my brother how to get Zoom. I love my brother, but he's cheap. He is so generous as far as spending money on other people. He's the one that's going to give me $250 when I reach my 100-pound loss. But like if you go out to eat or something, he'll pay for your meal. You won't even expect it, and he'll just pay for your meal. And if like a company comes from out of town, he pays for everything. Pays for, if you go to the bar, he picks up the tab. It's just, he's very generous. And if he thinks somebody needs, like I had told him that this was like about 3 weeks ago. I told him I couldn't find any sugar-free Jell-O, and I was kind of going through withdrawal because I couldn't find my sugar-free Jell-O. And he bought me 15 4-packs. So I got like 60 things of Jell-O. And what's kind of scary is because the expiration date on it is in September. So it's like I'll eat it before then. But, and then when he wouldn't take any money for it. So, I mean, that's just who he is. He's generous to a fault. But with that being said, he has a really old Android phone, and he has the original iPad. And my cousin, which I did the other day, my cousin Lynn lives in Toronto, so her and my cousins Sarah and Dale got on the Zoom, along with my cousin Paul and Kathy, who live in Minnesota, and my cousin Michael. And so we were doing all of this, and we were like almost 2 hours. We had so much fun just talking. And so Michael wants to get involved in that, and so we were trying to teach him how to do it. I says, Michael, spend the money on yourself. Buy a new iPad. You have so much money, and you only have one son, and your ex-wife, that's the only son they have too. So if you're worried about leaving him money, trust me, he's getting money from both sides, so he doesn't need your money. I've told my children all along, if there's anything left, you can have it, but I am not going to pinch pennies so that I can leave you money. That's just not what I'm going to do. So my home will be, they can make money off of my home. I'll probably sell my vehicles. It's not like I don't have any money set aside, but I mean, we do have some money set aside, but if I need it, tapping into that, baby. That's just, I'm not going to, I know that Jim's grandmother, she left all of her grandchildren money, but she lived like a pauper, and she wouldn't buy anything for herself, and she just, I don't know, and it just was so wrong because she left all of the money, and they appreciated it, but they would have more appreciated it if she would have spent the money on themselves. So anyway, I don't know if I've talked him into it or not, but we're doing a practice Zoom meeting tomorrow, and hopefully he'll get from that, learn on that. I'll show you my puzzle. Between my breakfast and lunch clip, I'll show you my puzzle that Jim and I are working on. It's a little bit more difficult than the other one was. I thought that this one would be a little bit easier. Not so much. It's a little bit harder. If you want to be truthful about it, it's a little bit harder. But I love it good. I love a good challenge. And then we went, what else did we do? I did some laundry, changed the linens on the bed. Talked to Christy on the phone, talked to Denise on the phone. I was with Michael for over an hour trying to teach him how to Zoom. And and then I went and picked up my grocery order, which they didn't have a lot of my stuff. So they didn't have any raspberries. I find that so hard to believe that they didn't have any raspberries, but they had my strawberries. And then they didn't have Jim's lunch meat for his lunches, but he said that he'll just go to the deli that's over by us. He'll put his mask on and go get his lunch meat. And then Jim was going to make some venison chili, and he wanted some red kidney beans, I think it was, or red chili beans. And they substituted white chili beans. And he doesn't like white chili beans. So to me, they're the same. To me, they're the same. They're just a different color, but you know, that's just me. They're probably different, but I don't notice the difference. And then, oh, he likes the Bay's English muffins, and last time we tried to order them, they didn't have them. So I ordered 2 of the Bay's English muffins, and then I ordered 2 of the Thomas's, because there's always tons of Thomas's English muffins in the store. We didn't get either one of those, so he didn't get any English muffins. So he's going to go through withdrawal, not having his Egg McMuffin in the morning. And then what else did they have? I had asked for the Kroger brand mouthwash that was like regularly like $2.79 for 64 ounces, and they substituted the Listerine. Oh, I'm living in the Highlands now for $6.79, but they only charged me $2.79 for it, so that was pretty cool. And then so other than that, that's about it. But I wanted to just, I was opening up yesterday. Yesterday, I opened up a YouTube channel for Sophia, my granddaughter, who's going to be 10 in June. Oh my gosh, but she's 9 right now. And so she wanted a YouTube channel, and so I was trying my darndest to be beyond tech savvy, since I have to start doing this since my tech guy can't come in the house. And I figured it out. I opened up her channel. She asked her to send me a picture that she wanted to use. So she sent me a picture. I was able to put the picture in for her thumbnail, you know, or whatever. And I got everything all set up. And then I uploaded her video on my Creator Studio. And then when I got her all set up, I got everything all done. We got a video up. She tried to do a video herself. She did her own video. She got it up. Thought, okay, we're all good. So then I edited my video. And I went to load it up on iMovie, and I couldn't get it to work. I opened up another account. I tried everything I did. I went to YouTube. I went on all things. I looked everywhere I could, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was just getting so exasperated, and I was getting so mad at myself. So I called my buddy Gina Pearson, and as I was talking to her on the phone, I said, you know what, why don't I try just uninstalling this app and reinstalling it and then signing back in again? And I did that, and it worked. So I just needed to talk to Gina at the time to get my mind clear. And so she was saying about, and we got talking about my daughter's squirrels, how they're kind of crazy. Because while I was talking to her, I had a hummingbird fly up to one of my hummingbird feeders, and I went, so, oh my God, I got a hummingbird. And so she says, oh, it's just like a squirrel, you're distracted. And so then, I don't know, we just kind of talked about this and that. And she said, you know, yeah, I kind of miss your stories. You should tell a story. And because I was talking to her about Tom, her husband, doesn't like the Beatles. And I says, I'll forgive Tom because he doesn't like the Beatles. I says, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I could have met the Beatles. And she says, oh my gosh, you mention it all the time. I said, I know. I said, but did I ever tell you the story about Jerry Van Dyke? And she said, no, you never did. And so then I told it to her, and she just thought it was hilarious, and she told me I should share it with you. So I'm going to share my story with you with Jerry Van Dyke. Jerry Van Dyke is Dick Van Dyke's brother, if you didn't know that. And he was in a show called Coach, where he played, his character's name was Luther. And my sister Denise and Mary and my sister Sue, who has since passed, we would go every year. We would go on vacation. We would go somewhere. And this particular year, we had picked to go to Chicago. And so we were doing all the sightseeing. We had our cameras and, checking out everything. We went to like everywhere. We went everywhere. And so we went on the Miracle Mile, and there was this really ritzy, I don't even know if it's still there because this was way back in the 90s. And that sounds so long ago, way back in the 90s. But anyway, it was this really ritzy shopping mall that it was like on different levels. You got on the escalator, and it was just like a regular hotel, it almost was like, but each floor was a different, like lingerie or whatever, like there was like in things, whatever. So we were traveling, going up in that, and then Denise said, oh my gosh, that's Jerry Van Dyke. And we looked at him and we said, that's not Jerry Van Dyke. For one thing, he looks too tall and he looks too thin, because he kind of looked like a short, squatty man to me when you see him on TV. And Denise kept saying, that's Jerry Van Dyke. So, as true Mannings that we are, even though we all have different last names because we're married, but as true Mannings that we are, we stalked him through the whole mall. he got on the escalator. We waited till he was up a little bit, then we got on the escalator. And then he would go and we would hide behind little poles and pillars and we would follow him. We followed him all too. He'd go in the store, we'd wait outside till he came back in because we kept looking from different angles. Is that really Jerry? Is that really Jerry Van Dyke? You know, we couldn't think of it. So anyway, finally, we were like almost to the top floor, and Denise said, you know, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to go up and ask him if he's Jerry Van Dyke. And I says, oh, you know, you're going to feel like a fool because he's going to tell you, everybody tells me I look like Jerry Van Dyke. Whether he is Jerry Van Dyke or not, he's not going to tell you that he is. So she said, well, I'm going to go ask him. I don't care. So she goes up to him, and we're all hiding behind a pole because we don't want to be seen. And she says, excuse me, but can I ask you, are you Jerry Van Dyke? And he said, oh, yeah, I am. And so she said, oh my gosh, you know, I knew it was you. And he says, oh, yeah, that's me. He says, oh, I see you got a camera, because she had her camera around her neck. And she said, yeah. And he says, well, would you like a picture with me? And she says, oh, that would be so nice. And so he was with an older woman, and we just figured that was like an assistant or something, because we thought, no way is Jerry Van Dyke going to be married to somebody the same age as him. And he says, well, come here, let me introduce you to my wife. I don't remember what her name was. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, let me introduce you to my wife. And then his wife comes, you know, like he introduced Denise to his wife. And he said to her, could you take a couple pictures of us? And then he asked, what's your name? And she says, it's Denise. He says, could you take a couple pictures of me and my good friend Denise? And so she said, yeah. So she took a picture of Denise, you know, with him. And then they had somebody walking by take a picture of the three of them, you know. And it was just, he took a couple pictures with them. And then he just said, I've noticed you following me through the whole mall. And so she said, and he says, and I've never seen anybody shop with a camera around their neck. And she said, well, you know, we're on vacation. And I'm on vacation, and I was, you know, I'm taking pictures of sightseeing and stuff like that, and I just wanted to come into this mall, and then I spotted you. And so he says, yeah, I noticed you guys. And then he goes, come out, wherever you are. And we like sleeked out of the thing. He says, come on, let's get some pictures. So he took pictures. He took individual pictures with each of us. He took group pictures. He took all kinds. He was joking. He says, you know, there's got to, because remember he was famous for always wanting a donut. He said, maybe that's where I like my donuts from. But anyway, he said, there's got to be a donut stand around here. We got to get some donuts. And we said, no, that's really nice. And then we ran out of film, because back then that's when you had to put film in a camera. He says, I am quite sure that there is a camera shop somewhere on this in this mall. We can get some more film and take some more pictures. And we said, oh no, you know, we've bothered you more than enough. And he said, well, you know, I really don't mind. He says, it's kind of nice being spotted in that. And he says, and you seem like really nice ladies. So I said, well, you know, that was really nice of you. And he said, yeah, Denise, he remembered her name too. Denise was the only one that was brave enough to come and see me. So really, Denise is the only one that should have got some pictures. So I don't know where those pictures are. Isn't that sad? I know Denise has probably got them somewhere in a photo album, but the nicest man. But I'm shrinking now, but at the time I was about 5'9½". I'm about, right now, about 5'8½". But he had to have been about 5'11". He was a little bit taller than me, and he was a little bit big, but not like overweight. Like he always looked short and dumpy to me on TV. But and his wife was beautiful, and she was so friendly. But it was really nice. But just when he was saying, come out, wherever you are, it was just so funny. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I'm kind of blabbered on here for a long time. I'll show you my breakfast. I'll show you my, what do you call it? My puzzle. And then I'm just going to end it with my dinner. So it'll come to an abrupt end at the end. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment. Oh, that was another thing. Leave a comment, hit the like button, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, all that good stuff. But I was tagged by Susie Buey and B from B's Journey to do a tag. I was trying to catch up on some videos after dinner. And I noticed that I was tagged. Susie had told me in my comments last night that I noticed, but I got really busy today. But I promise I'm going to do the tag video tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, we're going to eat breakfast now. Today is Wednesday, April 29th. My quote is, being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. It's a 5-point breakfast, 23 smart points because I'm on the blue plan, 4 points for my half a bagel, 1 point for my Laughing Cow cheese, and 0 for my eggs, berries, banana, the cheese, the berries, and the tea. So I have 18 points left for the rest of the day. Well, we're actually making some progress. We still are missing this one piece here. But we did that last time. But look at the difference in the picture of the puzzle as opposed to the bird itself. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. It just seems so much bigger, the puzzle, than the, let's see if I get over there. Oh, there we go. It just seems so much bigger for the bird. I don't know why. But we're in no hurry. Okay, we're going to have a colorful looking dinner. It's a 13-point dinner, 1 point for my lemonade, 4 points for my chicken sausage, 3 points for my half a cup of cottage cheese, 0 for my tomato, pineapple, and I forgot to put the cucumber on there, 3 points for half a cup of Spanish rice, and 2 points for my sugar-free pudding. It's 13 points, so I still have 5 points left. But this is the sausage I'm using, and the rice, and the cottage cheese. Okay, let's go eat.